Welcome back to Let's Play Darkness over Daggerford Enhanced Edition. Today, we're entering... What? The hidden entrance to ancient Illefarn is warded. Only dwarves of the Iron Eater clan know the secret password. Are you ready to enter Illefarn? Please open the door. Vidi softly whispers a few dwarven words, and the doors to Illefarn creak open. Yeah, we're going into Illefarn. Entrance hall. Rats and dwarf corpses.
Welcome to Illefarn, my friend. The Dwarven hold of it. Looks like we've been sealed in.
I can see that. Is this some kind of dwarven trick?
Some dark magic now blocks the door. And it's not of Dwarven making. We are trapped in Illefarn.
A dark shadow flits across Vidi's rugged face, while the shadows inside these ancient dwarven halls seem to deepen. Vidi, what's wrong? It's odd that no one is here to meet us, and stranger still that the door is now sealed. I don't have a good feeling about this. I hope nothing has happened to Corin and the rest of my kin. I agree, something is definitely wrong. Let's tread carefully. Vidi slowly nods her head. She looks around warily, peering into the dark shadows, pausing every now and then to search for the face of a relative or childhood friend.
These poor dwarves. They must have fought bravely, but were likely overwhelmed. Yet, what of the famous dwarven traps always used against invaders?
A dusty ledger, bound in black leather, lies open on the floor. A few of its sheets have spilled out over the floor. Read the sheets. The entries on these sheets describe various shipments of Iron Eater smithed goods, such as weapons and armors. Some entries even mention equipment made of mithril. There's also mention of a dwarf named Magdarin transporting these goods with her skiff to Daggerford. Vidi, do you know anything about this? Oh yes, Iron Eater weapons and armors are prized throughout the Sword Coast and even beyond. It's not something we advertise, and we deal with mainly a few select customers. It's said that even one of the Lords of Waterdeep, Pierre Garin the Palatin, carries an Iron Eater blade. Crate with some torches, a rope. I think I have some rope. Yeah. A dusty journal. This small leather-bound journal is lying face down on the floor, its thick spine heavily creased from years of dutiful use. The journal was written by a young dwarf named Skeg, who was recently employed as one of the Iron Eater's dwarven guards here in Illefarn. Although the book is mostly filled with mundane entries logging patrol routes, the last few entries are interesting. Last week, while I was patrolling around Laughing Hollow, I sees a shadow skulking around the tops of the cliffs, so he runs over to investigate, but I can't find nothing, not even a single track. Late last night, when the moon was high in the sky, I sees the shadow again. It's about the size of a dwarf. I figured it must be a spirit from the ancient halls below, so I whispers a prayer to Moradin before heading back to get me some sleep. The rest of the journal is blank. A sack with a red light gem. Ooh. Can I put a light gem on a ranged weapon? I can. Neat. Gauntlet. How do we get stuck doing this stupid dwarf cleanup job? You hear voices on the far side of the bridge. There's Zentarum agents. Old Scrawn has it in for us. It sure was fun to get those dwarves, to gut those dwarves and keep them around as trophies. Hey, who are you? Get them! Why were they invincible? A stone axe. This heavy axe appears to be entirely of stone, certainly hewn by a master dwarven craftsman. Although the workmanship is extraordinary, it must be some sort of decorative object rather than a functional weapon. And the other one left no remains. To the upper halls over there. More rope over here.
I've been thinking, if those saints have overrun my clan's home of Illefarn, I'll rest until every last one of them is dead for what they've done to the Iron Eaters.
True, but we must be more careful.
Aye, that was well said.
A metal post. Close to the edge of a steep cliff, the thick metal post is set deeply into the stone floor. The post's base is surrounded by flakes of orange rust, reminding you of autumn leaves around the base of an old tree. Let's tie a rope around it. A forgotten shrine.
Let us not tarry here. The hairs on the back of my neck are all standing up.
Guladrin's bones. Guladrin's horn. During the final days of Illefarn, when orcs and dwarves waged fearsome battles deep underground, the fabled dwarven warrior Guladrin struggled to defend a sacred shrine. After fighting tirelessly for 7 days and 7 nights, Guladrin fell, mortally wounded, with his silver battle horn at his side. Since the shrine had been a sacred place before it was defiled, the horn became magically imbued with Guladrin's valiant spirit. Whenever the horn is blown, Guladrin's spirit will aid you in combat. Ooh. That rules. Let's gather up the other rope, in case there's more stuff like that. Having a little struggle there, Thradra? It's not like inventory management is too strict in this game anyway. It's not like every arrow is 1/10 of a weight unit. Don't think I can get through to that, so... To the upper halls. The old forum. That's blocked off.
Very impressive, these great halls of Illefarn. This is no time to admire Dwarven architecture.
Okay, this room is open. Leads to the Hall of Wonder.
I'll have you dead!
Yeah, we're kind of tearing through them. Forgot to check the other one for remains. Nope. Alright, I'm doing okay on ammo. There are a bunch of dwarven statues here, which probably want the stone weapons. Locked stairwell down. Zentarum Slaver. What? Who are you? Fah! No matter, I'll gut you like all them others. Get God.
Enough.
Stone
I can
axe,
carry no more.
ring of resistance +1, and a potion of lore. Okay, let's put the axes in the 4th bag of holding here.
Huh?
Please, good madam, don't be hurting me. Fear not, I've come to rescue you. Ah, praises be. I was most in need of a rescue in that I was. Who are you? I was a poor potato farmer from the green fields north of Daggerford, near the Twin Falls. One afternoon, I was working my fields when a band of orcs captured me. I'm not the only one. Aye, they kept many more slaves down in the mines below. What are you digging here? The Ovzents ordered us to search for some old dusty crown. The unfortunate slave shrugs his aching shoulders. But the only thing I found down here is rocks, rocks, and more rocks. Found out about the fabled crown of Illefarn, eh? Corin always had the clan keep their eyes open for it, though it's perhaps more a legend than a real crown. It's been a very long time since any Dwarven king in Illefarn wore a crown, so it is most likely lost for good. I don't know anything more about that fancy crown. Please, I'm tired and in need of a good long rest. You can rest here. Alright, so we know the thing we're after now. It is strange that there haven't been any traps yet, though. The Great Forge Hall.
By Abathar's beat, I swear, I heard of Smith's Solomon. He's in the wall. I know it.
That's those damn iron eaters. I tell you, there's still some iron around here. Oh, no offense.
None taken. For what they done to me, I hate the Iron Eaters as much as you do. But this ain't no normal wolf. It is a legendary ghost spirit.
Who's that for?
Oh, look. It's my lovely niece, Vite. How sweet. Gretel. Disgust her. Now, Vite, is that the way to treat your dear old aunt?
You have no more claim to the Iron Eater's name than you do to Illefarn.
Ah, dearest Vite, you always were a thick-headed child. Illefarn belongs to me now.
You sold yourself to the Zants and betrayed your own kin. Murderer. Paul will hunt you down.
Ah, 'tis Durlap he's gonna pay for what he did to me here. Really, starting with this little bear losing her head.
Battle Iron Eater. Here's Reagan.
My vengeance has hardly begun.
Another stone axe. Belt of Hill Giant Strength, +3 strength. Alexandrite, Potion of Bull Strength. Alright, you use the... you can use the... +3 strength. I just had a very brief interruption there. But yeah, now Vite is up to 19 strength, which is not bad for a ranger. Do rangers have spell-like abilities in 3E? I actually don't know what they get besides favored enemies and companions. So let's see, we've got black barrels containing a large steel blade. Oh, it's a crafting component. Adamantine. Phantasmal Killer. Punches an image of utmost horror to strike down a single creature. Target may attempt a will save to disbelieve the spell, avoiding all ill effects. Failing that, the target then makes a fortitude save to avoid instant death. Successful save still inflicts 3d6 points of damage. Huh. Interesting. That was the adamantine. Bar of steel. Steel shield body. Steel weapon hilt. Crack in the wall. The small crack in the wall emits a faint flickering light. Listen. From inside the wall, you hear the eerie echoes of a hammer striking an anvil. Examine the crack. Hidden within the crevice, you find a small metal lever. Pulling the lever causes a hidden door to slide smoothly out from the stone wall. The secret forge in Illefarn. Ghostsmith. The ghostly figure turns to regard you, slowly realizing that a living, breathing woman stands before him. His eyes appear innumerably aged, worn and manic with the fevered constant of ceaseless toil. Slowly his lips begin to move as if the sound of his voice was long ago forgotten. Who comes to me here in the secret forge? None but the soul forger have I spoken to in ages so long. I am Thradramer. Well met. It's been so long. I do not recall the name my mother gave me, only the task I must do. Why do you remain here, ghost? Long ago, my king selected me, a master weaponsmith of Illefarn, to forge for him an axe of unparalleled workmanship, an unequaled symbol of dwarven might and skill. He spared no expense, and nor did I. I built a secret forge here in the upper halls of Illefarn for my exclusive use. I then beseeched Moradin the Soul Forger for his blessing, and I was given a stone of great power. A gift from the Soul Forger himself, this stone drove our craft, and it fueled us with the fury for the forge. I was affected for more than any. I set to task creating a weapon of incredible power. That was when the attack came. Drow and other creatures of the Underdark. They breached our defenses below the mountains, and Illefarn was doomed. I did not even hear the attack, so focused was I on my task, and my dwarven brethren fell in glorious battle outside my forge, and Illefarn was lost to the ages. For my failures, Moradin has cursed me to remain here, pounding and forging for all time, unable to finish my greatest endeavor, doomed to forge and reforge forever. Moradin's stone was lost to me. I know not where, yet I always feel it close, somewhere near, but out of my reach. If I could but return the stone to Moradin, I might be free of my god's curse. Please, if you locate Moradin's stone here in Illefarn, bring it to me, or return it to the Soul Forger. In this I will be freed. I could perhaps improve your gear if you could help me. I'll look for Moradin's stone for you. Thank you, the ghost breathes. His eyes glow with an unnatural white-blue light. The faintest smile comes to his lips as he resumes his work. The Stone of Moradin, huh? Oh god. It's a puzzle, not again! Oh, wait. What? It's still locked. Maybe there's a magic password. Nonsense. Any fool would think of that. It's obviously something more elaborate. How about we bash them doors down? Such a stupid action will lead nowhere. Are you calling my sister stupid? I mean, no. Oh, look, I think the door opened a crack. Look, over there. Someone's coming. Intruders! Time to bash some skulls. Zentarum Wizard. And Zentarim's sister.
You better have some coin on you after all this trouble.
Let me guess, the wizard is invisible. Yep. Let's see, one sister had a ring of invisibility, a gold ring, oops, 91 poison arrows, not even mild. Potion of invisibility, thieves tools +1. The wizard has a black robe of the Arch Magi, which is a +5 robe of spell penetration and +1 to all saving throws. Braces of armor +3. A gold ring. Amulet of fire resistance. Wand of fireball. Scrolls of magic missile, protection from spells, knock, and ball lightning. Then the other sister had a 4th stone axe and a dispel magic scroll. Okay, let's look at these rotating stands. Oh, I need to... If you were intended to hold something. So it's missing, like, a polished mirror surface.
Although Arnie's been back in Illefarn for years, I've never once heard that the doors of the Hall of Wonder had been opened. My uncle Corin always said that the magic from the 6 ancient mirrors would open these doors. But he only found 5 of them. Corin keeps them 5 magic mirrors in his office, near the feast hall, so he told me.
Alright. I'll assume that the feast hall is up here. Alright, there are 4 dwarven statues. This old statue masterfully depicts the likeness of a dwarven warrior in a battle pose. The statue's hands are empty. A few dwarven runes are carved along the statue's base. For fire in the belly. For giving the stone teeth. For spitting out the bolts. For dropping the blocks.
Sorry, I can't.
This thick stone door is secured with a strong iron latch shaped like a circle. Turn the latch. Stop! I can hear voices on the other side of this door. Vidi presses an ear to the door and listens carefully. It sounds like an army is camped out in the feast hall. Also sounds like they found the barrels of Stelbut's gut grinder stout. Oh, Paul will be hopping mad when he finds out. It's his favorite. You have any suggestions? Before he left Daggerford, Pa told me about the 4 deadly traps in the feast hall. Vidi grins. I could trigger the traps from out here. You were going to mention the traps to me before we went inside, right? Maybe. Vidi grins. Now let me have a look at those traps. Vidi pauses to tinker with a hidden mechanism inside the door. By Moradin's hand! She exclaims. Nothing's happened. Gritting her teeth, she glances back at the 4 statues. The guardian statues are missing their axes. Blast! We can't trigger the traps without the axes. I have a stone axe. Excellent. Each statue controls a different type of trap. To prepare the traps, just place an axe in each statue's hand. When you're ready, I'll activate the traps. Okay. Place an axe. Place an axe. Place an axe. And place an axe.
Hello there, friend.
Oh yeah, change tactics. Don't help me if I fail to open a locked door.
Would you like me to change?
Can't rest while there are enemies nearby. Okay. There's a mysterious fissure here. We don't have time to unpack all that. Vidi, can you please activate the traps? Vidi stoops down to manipulate the complex mechanism, which triggers the hidden traps. After a few seconds, she covers her ears and yells, "Fire in the hole!" Ha! That'll learn him to mess with the dwarf. Scrawn. And some very damaged others. Ow! Fireball casting jerk. Let's see. This cleric had a gold piece, or had some gold. Inflict light wounds, copper ring. Inflict light wounds, copper ring. Endurance. But Perfect's gonna handle those traps nicely. Standard mace. You had a large shield +1, boots of hardiness +1, a longsword +2, ring of protection +3. I think is relevant to us still. Let's see. Deflection AC. Do you have any? You have 4. Just make sure. I guess you don't have any. Let me double check that Perfin doesn't. That's dodge, natural armor. Adamantine is 3 deflection. Yeah, let's just give this to Vidi. For GP. Inflict light wounds, copper ring. 5 GP. Then there's this rogue. Why don't you want to go this way? Empty barrels. These wooden barrels are labeled Stelbut's Gut Grinder Stout. Chest number 1 contains some minor gems. Chest number 2 contains Scout's Sidearm, a crossbow of +3 versus human, with Cat's Grace, Invisibility, and True Strike daily, +2 spot. I'll give that to Perpin. Scrawn's logbook. Lieutenant Scrawn kept a logbook detailing the Zentarim's caravan raids along the tradeway. Last few entries are as follows. Varen and Young from Scornabel. Silver and wine shipment. Killed the guards and Young enslaved Fair. Bulldog and Company. Acquired shipment of furs and leathers. Convinced the cart driver it was in his best interest to join the Black Network trading branch. Chespelad Trading. A shipment of pots and jars not worth our time. Robbed cart driver instead. Urgan's Sisters Emporium. Ambushed one of our own caravans by mistake. We all had a good laugh. Captain Dratharian wasn't laughing, though. Said I'd end up as Bugo's toilet scrubber if it happened again. Kalim's Exquisite Wares. Raiding party was set to take this shipment of gold. The party mysteriously didn't return. Might be linked to that hero who helped those farmers. So let's see. Can you... You can only wear 1 crossbow. Dang. So we've got this room. That leads to the mines. And this room, containing a bunch of stuff. Let's see, a bookshelf with a neutralized poison scroll. Dwarven stone chest containing nothing because it's been ransacked, of course. Sacks of gravel. These heavy leather sacks are stuffed full of the small gray stones that are commonly used as gravel surfaces on the stone coast's muddy roads. One of the sacks is open and a few of the small stones have spilled onto the floor. Look inside the sacks. Hidden inside the leather sacks, underneath the mass of small stones, are 5 shining mirrors. Each mirror has a polished concave metallic surface as if it were intended to reflect light in a specific direction.
Enough! I can carry no more.
And the crate contains nothing. So we need 1 more mirror. Let's see. What time is it? Ah! Rest was disturbed. Okay. Let's see. Remains include a potion of Cure Serious. And that's it. Alright. Oh my god.
For glory!
Next time on Let's Play Darkness over Daggerford Enhanced Edition, we're heading down into the mine to look for the next mirror. See you guys then.